Dragon Blogger here to show you how to produce your blog feed to Google Currents. Google Currents is a magazine type application for mobile devices like Android or iPad or iPhone that basically turns websites into magazine style interfaces. These can be downloaded ahead of time so that you can read them offline, and they kind of format the whole web page into a side-scrolling magazine appearance that's easy to read, easy to browse, and you can get a whole collection of websites in one place. It's a pretty nice tool, and it's worth promoting your blog to increase your potential audience in the future. To start, all you have to do is go to google.com/producer/home. This will take you to the Create a New Edition page where you'll start entering your blog information. You must have a Google account set up to link your edition to. The first thing you want to do is give your Currents magazine a name. So in this case, it's Dragon Blogger Technology and Entertainment. And then you want to give it your feed. And then if you have a YouTube channel, just type in your YouTube username there. That's all you have to do to start your magazine creation. Just click the Create button. It'll take about a minute, but once it's complete, you'll see success. We've added some articles. Click the Done button and you'll get some other options here. The first option you'll see is you can kind of demo what the magazine will look like on various mobile devices, such as an Android phone, a tablet, an iPhone, and an iPad. Now, you're going to want to do some additional customizations, such as the edition name and description. The description could be technology and entertainment portal. Again, you want to use some keywords here for what your blog is about. Pick a category for your blog. I'm primarily science and tech, but I do have entertainment, so there isn't really a one-fits-all. I would probably put myself as science and tech as the majority, even though I could just as easily fall in the entertainment category. Click on the Update button when you're done with the description and finalizing the name and your category. For edition icon, you're going to want to choose a logo for your blog. Again, it's a square pic between 64 and 128 pixels. You're going to want it to be clear representation. This is the one I'm using. It's not ideal when sized down. It's a 125 by 125. It works okay. It looks okay, but it's not perfect. I'll probably have a new one designed later on. Select the image and click Update. You also need to have an image for your splash image. This, again, could be up to 640 by 640, but it shrinks down pretty good, so you're going to want to choose something relatively small, something clear, and this is just a sample image that I'm using. Next, you could collect email information about people who subscribe if you want. You can have people opt in to subscribe and give you their email and build an email list that way. I'm not doing that at the moment, but I may in the future. I do have Google Analytics set up. You'll put your Google Analytics ID here for your blog. This way you can actually see on Analytics how much traffic you're getting to your magazine interface on Google Currents. This could be a good way to show you how much traffic is hitting your blog from Currents and will help you, adjust for your audience in the future. So after setting up the basics, you can go to Sections here. You can add additional feeds if you want your magazine to have more than just your blog, or you have a network of blogs that you want to pull and conform to a feed. Also, my blog tends to have separate feeds entirely, like I have entertainment feed, a gaming feed, so you can pull specific sub-feeds altogether instead of doing a single global feed if you want. Like for my magazine, I may not do a blogging feed. I may want to just do the tech and the gaming and the movie reviews. And then, I may do a separate magazine edition just for bloggers. So you can kind of create your own editions based on categories on your blog if you want. Another thing you could do is also import articles. If you write any articles in Google Docs, you can even import EPUB books or HTML files. You basically can create custom articles based on other documents as well. You could pull in photos dynamically from Flickr, Picasa Web, or any media RSS feed. Again, video channel, pull in videos from YouTube's. You can even pull in social updates from Google Plus or other social network feeds as well. Though typically a magazine of just feeds is not going to be too ideal for a magazine on Google Currents. Once you're finished setting up all the feeds and all the imports you want for your magazine, press the Done button. You, of course, can customize your table of contents here. You can call it whatever you want. Table of contents is pretty good for generic. You can customize your sections here, as well as your background colors. Again, I have the default setup right now. White with black text is pretty good. You can get a little fancy if you want, stand out. You can change the header templates and text here. You can also change the first page options. You could set up some content source for your YouTube as well. Again, you could customize based on a tablet or phone a little bit with the colors and the backgrounds here. The same thing with the blog sections you can customize. I didn't do anything too separate with the sections customization myself. The next is for managing articles, where you can manage your blog articles. Here you can specifically make changes to existing articles if you want. This allows you to create specific subtitles, who the author is of each article, which should be picked up by the blog, but in some cases of a guest blogger or something like that, you may want to put in their name manually. You can also even modify the text or add new media or things like that if you want it with the article. So it gives you fine-grained control over each article that goes to the publication, though typically you're going to want to set it and forget it if you're a blogger. You're not going to have time to go through and manually edit and worry about each edition that publishes on Google Currents. So plan on this being pretty much a set it and forget it type of thing, unless you get an enormous amount of traffic from Google Currents, which I don't predict at the moment unless you're a major website. Next, you have a media library where you can upload manual images that you can use for your profile photos and things like that. Typically, it'll just have the 2 splash images and logos you uploaded earlier. Next is your grant access to see who can administer your edition. If you have any team members that work for you, you can grant access to other Google Plus people who can basically make changes and tweak the Currents magazine you published. You can also set up access for individual sections. Like some people can add and customize the YouTube only, others who can customize the blog only. You could create a new access group. You have a lot of granular control. If you have a team or a staff of people who you hire or work with, you can give them control over what you want them to do for your Google Currents magazine. Finally, when you got everything tweaked the way you want it to look, you have the distribute button. Here you've got your various testings, which you can do first. Simulate on an Android, simulate on an iPad, iPhone. You do have to verify your content ownership. This has to be done by linking to your Google Plus account. It'll typically know if your blog is linked here. When you click the verify button, and it'll show okay just fine. For this test, I'm not going to click verify because I'm not using my actual Google account tied to my blog for this test, so I'm not going to click verify. But you shouldn't have an issue clicking verify and clicking done. Finally, you're going to do distribute to Google Currents for the first time. You're going to basically click on the plus sign. You're going to choose what date you're ready to go live on Currents, and you're going to click Publish. Once you publish, it'll pull in the feed, it'll create a Currents, and then you basically have your magazine published. Or if you want to delete everything you did, your entire edition, just click the Delete Edition and start over or create something else. Very easy to do. The moment I published, I went right to my iPad. I found my Dragon Blogger Technology and Entertainment magazine in Google Currents on my iPad. I added it right away, browsed it, everything played flawlessly. It's very easy to set up a Google Current edition for your website, including your media from your YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.